Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before starting the video, please consider leaving a like. It really motivates us to keep sharing useful content. Also, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel and activate the little bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos about Islamic faith. Thank you all and enjoy the video. There is a love that hides in silence, yet burns brightly in the heart. A love so sincere, it doesn't seek attention, validation, or reward. It simply exists in private prayers, in quiet longing, in patience. You may not know it, but someone's heart may be deeply in love with you, and the only one who truly sees it is Allah. We often assume that love is always loud, that it reveals itself through gestures, words, and presence. But sometimes, the most powerful love is the one that is hidden. It is the love that doesn't demand anything from you. It doesn't chase, it doesn't disturb, it doesn't cross your boundaries. Instead, it kneels down in prayer and says, Ya Allah, if this is good for me, bring them to me in a way that pleases you. And that dua is more beautiful, more sacred than 1,000 confessions. Allah sees what we do not. He is the one who knows what is hidden in the hearts, what is whispered in the middle of the night, and what the soul desires but dares not express. The Quran tells us, indeed, He is knowing of that within the breasts. Surah Al-Mulk 67:13. No feeling, no longing, no emotion is ever lost on Allah. When someone loves you sincerely, even if they never tell you, even if they never get the chance to meet you, Allah records that in their book. And sometimes He chooses to reveal it to you or through signs, when the time is right. Have you ever wondered why certain names come to your heart randomly? Why someone's face flashes in your mind without warning? Why you feel a strange pull toward a person you barely know? It may not always be desire. Sometimes it is spiritual recognition. The heart feels what the eyes cannot see. The soul senses what the ears cannot hear. There may be someone making dua for you right now, asking Allah to guide you, protect you, and maybe, if it's written, to one day bring you together, and you don't even know they exist. We live in a world where love is often public, loud, and consumed like a show. But divine love, the kind that Allah sees, is never for entertainment. It's private, it's sacred, and it's protected. That's why you may not see it yet. Allah hides it not to punish you, but to protect you. Sometimes He conceals people from us, because our hearts are not yet ready to receive them with the dignity they deserve. Other times, He protects us from being exposed to a love that isn't yet strong enough to survive the world's envy. Don't rush what Allah is still preparing. When a heart loves you sincerely for the sake of Allah, that love is patient. It doesn't get tired, because it isn't built on the ego. It waits not with desperation, but with faith. The person doesn't need to post about you, text you constantly, or be present in your daily life to prove anything. They have already surrendered their feelings to Allah. And that is the highest form of love. Love that trusts Allah more than it trusts itself. If Allah has placed a love in someone's heart for you, He will also place the right moment for it to unfold. There is no need to chase it, to force it, or to seek it frantically. True love, guided by faith, doesn't feel like chasing. It feels like flowing, calm, gentle, purposeful. And even if you never end up with that person, the fact that they made dua for you, that they carried you in their heart with sincerity, is already a mercy from Allah. Imagine that. Someone out there may have cried for you in sujood. Someone may have whispered your name between tears. Not because they wanted you for their ego, but because they wanted what is good for you. They asked Allah to give you peace, to heal your wounds, to ease your burdens. You might never know who they are, but Allah knows. Allah sees. In a world full of shallow attention and fleeting affection, know this. A heart that prays for you in secret is a heart that has true depth. It's rare. It's valuable. It's not found in every corner. So if you feel a strange peace when you think of someone, or if you've been sensing that love is near, but you can't quite see it, perhaps Allah is revealing it to your heart in a subtle way. Perhaps that person's dua is brushing past your soul, even if your paths haven't yet crossed. Don't be in a rush to know who it is. Don't obsess over signs. Just remain close to Allah, and He will reveal what needs to be known. What's written for you will recognize you. And the love that is meant for you will not be blocked by silence, distance, or time. Because Allah is the one who brings hearts together in His way, at His time, with His blessing. Let your heart rest in that truth. Because somewhere, a heart may be deeply in love with you, and only Allah knows how pure it truly is. Not every love story unfolds in peace. Sometimes, even the most sincere love is surrounded by a battlefield of eyes, watching, judging, envying. Yes, someone's heart may be deeply in love with you, pure in its intention, guided by dua and faith. But that love may be under siege. It may be surrounded by jealous eyes. Jealousy is real. It is not just an emotional reaction, it is a spiritual weapon. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned us clearly. The evil eye is real, Sahih Muslim. And when we reflect on this, we understand that envy doesn't need to be loud to be dangerous. It can be hidden behind a smile. It can be buried under compliments. It can live in the people closest to you. The same ones who say, "I'm happy for you," could be the ones praying silently that your happiness fails. And love, especially love that is blessed by Allah, attracts attention, not all of it good. Sometimes you wonder why things are not moving forward. Why, even though the feelings are mutual, the connection is delayed, blocked, or constantly under stress. Why it feels like something unseen is always interfering. This is not always because of personal flaws or poor timing. Sometimes it's the invisible weight of jealousy, the kind that poisons what Allah is trying to bless. And the tragedy is that it can come from people who know your story, who know your prayers, and who see your joy and wish it was theirs. In a world where everything is shared, from new beginnings to emotional connections, we often expose too much. We tell people about feelings before they're secure. We announce love before it is protected. We talk about someone who makes us feel calm, safe, happy. And we forget that not every ear that listens is innocent. Not every eye that watches is pure. When people see love that is gentle, patient, and guided by Allah, they may not say it, but some of them burn inside. And their envy can shake even the most stable of foundations. The Quran tells us to seek protection, and from the evil of an envié when he envies. Surah Al-Falaq 113:5. This is not a suggestion, it's a command. It means the jealousy has real power, and it needs real protection. You might not be able to see it, but its effects show up. The sudden arguments, the unexplained distance, the way someone's feelings for you start to fade without cause, or how things start to go wrong after you talk about someone you love. These are not always coincidences. Sometimes it's the evil eye at work, sabotaging what was beautiful. That's why Allah tells us to keep our blessings hidden. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Seek help in fulfilling your needs by keeping them private, for every blessing is envied," reported by Al-Tabarani. That includes love, especially love. When a heart is directed toward you, when a dua is being made for you, that is a blessing that must be guarded. Because not everyone wants to see you loved. Not everyone can handle the idea of someone choosing you, valuing you, or praying for you. You may think, but if the love is sincere, shouldn't it be strong enough to survive? Yes, if it's protected. Sincerity does not make you immune to harm. Even the Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, who was loved deeply by his father Yaqub, peace be upon him, became a victim of his brother's jealousy. His story is not just a tale of patience and triumph, it's a warning about what envy can do, even among family. So imagine what it can do in your life, in your love, if you are not vigilant. Sometimes Allah delays a love not because you are not ready, but because the environment around you is not safe. Maybe there are too many eyes watching, too many people silently hoping it fails, too much noise around something that should remain sacred. So Allah protects you by withholding what you are praying for. He's not denying you. He's preserving it. That is why the person who loves you may be quiet. They may stay hidden. They may be waiting. Not because they don't care, but because they are aware. Aware of the spiritual dangers. Aware that sometimes silence is safer than expression. That keeping love in dua is more powerful than putting it on display. If you feel this, if you sense that something or someone is being blocked, that love is real but constantly attacked, turn to Allah. Don't fight jealousy with confrontation. Fight it with protection. Fight it with Quran. Fight it with morning and evening adhkar. Recite Surah Al-Falaq and Al-Nas often. Cover your emotions with remembrance. Guard your privacy like a treasure. And remember, what is for you will never miss you. But it still needs your spiritual protection to survive the journey. So when love feels heavy, when it's surrounded by jealousy, don't panic. Just return to the one who sees all hearts. Ask him to guard what you cannot see. Because even if someone's heart is deeply in love with you, the only way it will ever reach you, safely, is if Allah shields it from the eyes that want to see it fail. There is something powerful about knowing you are loved in silence. When someone carries your name in their heart and whispers it only in dua, that is a love protected by Allah Himself. This is not the kind of love that seeks attention or validation. It is not noisy. It is not for show, it is sacred. It is hidden for a reason. Because what is hidden is safe from the arrows of envy. Often we think that if someone truly loves us, they should express it loudly, post about it, talk about it, make it public. But the purest kind of love is the one kept between the heart of the lover and the one who created hearts. The one that doesn't rush to announce but waits patiently while asking Allah for permission. And maybe, just maybe, someone out there is doing exactly that for you. This person may not have spoken a word to you, or maybe they did, but pulled away out of nowhere. Maybe you felt their heart, their presence, their warmth. But then things went silent. Don't rush to assume rejection. Sometimes silence is not the absence of love, but the presence of protection. Maybe they sensed what you could not, that your connection was becoming too visible, too exposed, too vulnerable to jealous eyes. And in wisdom, they withdrew. Not out of fear, but out of trust. Trust in Allah to guide the timing, the process, and the protection. You may not know it, but your name could be carried in someone's tahajjud prayer. You could be mentioned every night in someone's sajda. Someone begging Allah to grant you peace, to make you theirs if it's written, to keep you safe until the time is right. That kind of love does not scream, but it shakes the heavens. Because when someone speaks your name only to Allah, it is more powerful than speaking it to the entire world. In a time where most people confuse love with display and possession, this type of connection, quiet, intentional, spiritual, is rare. It is beautiful. And Allah may be revealing it to you through feelings, through dreams, through signs that don't always make logical sense. Because love that is tied to the divine is not always logical. It's guided by light, not ego. So don't let silence confuse you. Don't assume distance means absence. In the realm of the unseen, someone may be protecting your name from every jealous eye by hiding their love. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. And it's a sign that what they feel for you is real. If it is from Allah, it will reach you, but not before it's ready. And not before He has shielded it from the ones who would love to see it destroyed. May Allah bless you and guide you to a life filled with mercy, love, and tranquility.